Hello and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. It's Teacher Sky ESL. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And here we are on Hello. Welcome. I'm a little early today. My subscribers thought I was going to be later. This is my usual time. Yeah, I am playing around with the schedule a little. You know, we just started the Hallow courses. They're very good. And today I'll give you a sneak peek at one of the Hallow courses that we're doing. But they are paid courses. You get certification. You get a certificate and you get artificial intelligence test that gives you your score, and it aligns with some of the exams like IELTS. Yes, so these classes that I'm offering are at this time because this is when most of you are able to take classes. So my live streams, I've been pushing back a little bit, and just so happens today I have that open slot, so I'm able to be here a little bit earlier. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you here. Priya is here. Hello. Oh, did you know, Akash, Priya, you all must be new because you are not spelling ma'am the exactly correct way. Now, you know, I only tell you this because I care, okay? This is constructive criticism to help you with your English. I want you to be perfect at your English. So when you spell ma'am, it is a contraction, right? It comes from the word madame that has a D in the middle. So you take out the D and you put an apostrophe and it's spelled ma'am. M-A apostrophe A-M. Okay, I want to be sure and tell everyone on all of our live streams. Yes, we are live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, as well as Hallow today. So I want to keep everyone abreast. Good to see you all here. Who else is here today? Let's have a look. Did you get ma'am spelled right? Okay, good. Rose is here. I'm good, Rose. Good to see you. Shahid, Dairy Milk. That's a cute name. Hi. Oh, that's so cute. So now you know, ma'am. That's awesome. Have fun. How long are these courses going to take? So the Hallow courses that you pay for, they are paid. They are very serious because you have a lot of expectations. They are 2 classes a week. You could do Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. They're 1 hour long. And then right after the class, you go into a group discussion with your classmates. So these are small classes, 3 to 5 people per class. Okay. They're very intimate, and it's just you and the teacher. And I will guide you along in the process. It's called Around the World with Hallow, and it lasts a whole month. For the cost. Now, there are some banners up, and you will see where it says learn about Hallow courses, or you could go to hallow.tv. That's www.hallow.tv to find out more, okay, and to sign up. Oh, around $65, maybe $75. I think it's $10 more if you want the certification. You get a certificate. They put it on your profile page, and you also get the artificial. Easy for me to say. I should slow down. I'm talking too fast. Artificial intelligence. Do you know what that is? AI. Yeah, this is an advanced class, so I expect you do. So you get this test with your score, and it aligns with a lot of the exams that you can take for like college entrance and all of that. So I thought it's about $65 to $75 per month to take the classes, and it's such a good deal because they say that there are other English academies that are offering classes like this that are big classes with a lot of people. You don't get the one-on-one, you don't get the artificial intelligence test, and they cost a lot more. So Hallow is being extremely competitive. Did you know that Hallow is changing their business model? I'm so proud of them because I can stay here now. Before, they were a social learning platform. It was kind of like Facebook or Instagram where you go and you just socialize, and there weren't really good standards at that time. So now they are becoming a learning app. And that means you come here to get some very serious education, okay? And so you have people like me. I'm a scholar, and yes, I'm a PhD candidate in education technology, right? My team is the Team Ed Tech Heads, and we try to wrap our minds around all of these tools and wonderful technology resources that we can use to learn English. Priyanka says, those who are celebrating Eid today, for all of them, Eid Mubarak. Oh, that's beautiful. Did I say it correctly? Eid Mubarak? I think you have to roll the R. I'm going to pin that. So nice. Happy Eid Mubarak. And thank you, Khadija. Do you guys know teacher Khadija? Oh, if you don't, you need to know teacher. I think she's live right now too. I went and visited her stream. She is so good. What a good English teacher. She taught me to say that correctly. And see, I don't know your languages very good. So, a lot of you say, oh, my English isn't very good. And that's okay. All you have to do is say, I'm getting better. I'm practicing every day. Don't cut yourself down and say, I'm not very good. You're as good as you need to be right now. But do you know what Teacher Sky says that can help you with that? Yeah? What can help you with your English speaking? Vidya, hello teacher. I heard Hala's going to launch advanced course next month. Are you going to teach that level 2? Absolutely. I'm there. I'm already teaching the courses, and when they go advanced, I'll be prepared for that. And one of the ways that I'm doing it is testing the material on you guys. All the freebies, you all, I know some of you can't afford these big classes. Believe me, I know I can't afford a lot of things. And, that's why I really want Hala to begin the courses so that I can make a decent living and be able to pay for the electric and the internet and all of that. So yes, I do plan on teaching those Vidya. Akash, namaste. Asabek, AC. Oh no, you're not speaking in English, which reminds me of our TV show. Did you know that Teacher Sky's team produces a television show right here on Hallow on Friday? So can you come to our live stream on Friday? That's tomorrow. We have some really good segments. Ron is our associate producer, and he's very busy right now editing some cool segments that we're going to show you. We have Tushar. He is from Bangladesh, and he has done this beautiful work of videotaping some of the work that he does on his farm, and we're going to show some of that in the market, and just, it's very informative. So if you would like to do a segment, we'd love to have you on our show. Would you like to come on? We could interview you, or if you know something like how to do something, you could show and tell, or give us a tour of maybe where you live or something. Or you could read a story or poem. Do you read poetry? How do you all practice your English? I'd like to know. Can you type it in the comments and give me some feedback? Vidya, would you mind going and clicking on the course information? Because I think it's exactly what you're looking for. And if you will, sign up for my class. Yeah, sign up for Teacher Sky if you don't mind. Vidya, if you'd like, I can text you, chat you in the message area after class. I'll make a note, and I can walk you through that process if you would like. It's very exciting. And this is the future of Hallow. It's going to make it possible for the teachers to stay, the good teachers, those of us who do have degrees and certifications. We can't afford to just do this for free. So these courses make it possible for us to stay here. And then we do offer a lot of freebies, okay? If you go to my profile page, you can read and see what you get when you're a subscriber to Teacher Sky. So I've got a very basic rate, and it kind of fits where I'm used to getting paid. I have other jobs like teaching the Chinese children English. Yes, so I'm trying to get Hallow to be at a rate that is comparable and competitive with my other work, and that way I can spend more time here with you. So you'll see on my profile page, you can take one-on-one class with Teacher Sky, private lesson. It's $10 for 30 minutes, or you can subscribe for a whole month to this live stream. It's $10, and you can hop on as much as you'd like. Okay. And I will do some mentoring if you need assignments or one-on-one discussion. I will listen to you and give you feedback. And that's all for $10 for a whole month. Now, if you have a little more and you're a little more serious and you will attend class, sign up for a course. It's 2 times a week for 1 hour. You're in a small class with about 5 people, and it's private, and it's so good. It costs around $65 to $75. If you get the $75 rate, you're going to get that artificial intelligence test that has a score. It'll align with your exams like IELTS, and then you also get a certification. Okay, you get a certificate for finishing the class. Rijvi is here. Eid Marabak. So happy, everyone. You all are so strong to get through that and to fast for a whole month. You know, I do fast. I fast in my religion. We fast. We do once a month, our first Sunday, that's our Sabbath. We fast and testimony. And that means we don't eat about 2 meals, and you can fast more and pray. This is for time for you to just settle down and do nothing but fast and pray. Okay. And so then we go and we share our testimonies and our faith with each other. It's beautiful, isn't it? Fasting is so good for your health and for your mind and for your spirit. Yes. Hi, Sarah. Lily, I love your little flower. That's so pretty. And lilies, you know, I have a lily. Yeah, I have a peace lily. It's a plant, and then it has these little lilies that bloom. And right now it's blooming lilies. I'm good, Sarah. How are you? Oh, Annie, you spelled ma'am right. Good job. High five, Annie. Imna, you donated. Happiest Eid Marabak for you, Imna. So awesome. Thank you. And every little bit you donate to Teacher Sky really helps. I do appreciate it because I want to stay on Hello. I think it's an amazing app. Hi, Ahmed. Eid Barak. Eid Mubarak. I have to say that right. Oh, good. So Akil says movies and books. Movies, books, and Omegle. What is that last thing you said, Akil? Omegle? What is that? Can you type it again? Vidya. Yes, I'm happy teachers can make decent money because you've been doing an amazing job teaching here. Yeah. Well, it's been a labor of love, but my husband says, you only got paid a quarter today? That's not enough to pay the bills. Yeah, I know. And I have 3 other jobs that I do. Magic Ears, Dewey Future Education, and Q Kids are my favorite. Yeah, I love working with the Chinese children. And there's so many people around the world that want to learn English. Ahmed, I have spoken or read English for a long time. Oh, that's good. Then you're probably getting pretty good at it, right, Ahmed? Is Hallow helping you? Most of you, if you're watching on Facebook or what is it, Twitch or YouTube, I'm going to put this link here, www.hallow.tv. Okay. Now that's how you can sign up for the courses. And then if you want to come to some of the live streams, they're free, so anyone can come and practice here on Hallow. It's a great opportunity. I have talked to students, my one-on-ones, and I asked them, how long have you been working on your English? Some of them 6 months, and they are so conversational. They just ba 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 ba. They can really speak well. Oh, somebody wants to hop on. Practice. Thank you for showing me because I'm not seeing balloons and I didn't even see you here. Welcome. This is True Blue, and he helps us all with our English. Hi.
Hi, teacher. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Having a good day. Oh, and I love it that everyone's spelling ma'am right today. Priyanka and Akil. I meant the way I practice English and improve. Is that what that is? What is Omegle? Movies, books, and Omegle. You were trying to say something. Omegle. What is that? You know words pretty good, True Blue. Can you figure that one out? Akil's statement here. Movies, books, and movies, you need comma, books, and they call it the Oxford comma. You don't have to put a comma before the and, but scholars do. I learned that because I'm a scholar working on a doctoral dissertation. So you can put a comma after the other books And what is it? So what's
The same so his mean Akhil mean like he
Omega
tried to watch the movie and do the
books?
same mimic the dialogue so that he can improve his English.
Ah, that's a good way to do it. So you say you only have one job. What is your job?
Yeah, I'm a data engineer, and I feel jealous because you got a three
Ah,
jobs,
yeah.
more money, right?
Mm. Dean says he's jobless too. I'm sorry about that. Maybe you could look online for some things.
Yeah.
Akil says movie dialogues is really good. You say the best way I felt is, oh boy, I don't know about this sentence, Akil. How can we fix Akil's sentence? Well, capitalize the first letter, the. The best way I felt is to try movie dialogues on the same go, like as you go on the same go, period, at the end of that sentence. So we didn't figure out your other word. Do you have a
Okay, teacher.
word for
I can't see any. I can't see any
I
combination.
unpinned that one. We were reading some of the others. Let's see if I can find it again. Did you tell us what the word is, Akil? We're going to be talking about food today. Local cuisine. Do you know what cuisine is?
Yeah, teacher. Why not? I try to go Cuisine every Friday because this is how I get to have a taste of local food. The local food means so delicious. Back in our country, we call it street food, but when you say cuisine, mean it's very specialized, and there will be good hygiene as well compared to a street food.
Yeah.
Street food will taste better, but not necessarily they will be having hygiene. Yeah, maintenance of hygiene.
Very clean and good. You know it's healthy and you will feel good after you eat it. Local cuisine. Okay. Annie says cuisine is food with some special ingredients. Oh, I like that. So, yeah, local cuisine is something that you can get in your area. I'm trying to think of something local that we have here in my area. What's a local food that you have, True Blue? Can you think of something that's very good, but you
Yeah,
only have it
I'm
there?
very fond of acai bowl. Sorry, teacher, today I really got a little bit bad with the speaking.
Yeah.
There's some problem. My toothache is giving some problem.
Oh, I
But
see.
still, I'll just write it down. Acai bowl.
Asaido. What is
Acai
it?
bowl. So the acai is found in the Amazon jungle. It's a very good.
Oh, I've heard of that. It's very popular in the United States. They say it's very healthy. You
Yeah,
call it acai because we've been calling it acai. So the C is pronounced like S, right? Acai.
yeah. Acai in UK and Australia, and acai in probably in the USA. That's right.
I see. Ah, so is that
So
a fruit
mhm.
or what is acai?
It's a powder form, and that's soaked into the coconut water over the night. Then it has some peanut butter, the local peanut butter, and some diced strawberries, then coconut flake, then a little bit cacao, and
Mm.
if you need some, then you can put up some coconut flakes on the top end. So yeah, it's very yummy and delicious. Though
Oh, it
it's really good.
sounds
So delicious.
amazing. And the ingredients are what make it. Some of the things you
Yeah,
mentioned are just so good. Cacao, I really like chocolate. And cacao's the original form of chocolate. So very, very authentic.
that's nice.
Mm.
Uh, so we got some in India. Any saying Pani Puri Pav Bhaji? Yes, it is in the North India.
Mhm.
So So Pani Puri is like a nachos. It's kind of nachos, but it has some little bit soury water with some spices.
Mm.
So when you have it, maybe your stomach get upset if you have it because it has lots of chili, hot chili. If
Oh,
you are if you are not used to it, and yes, but it tastes so delicious because you got a tamarind and other spices mixed in. But
tamarind. Oh, I know that one. Oh, that sounds so good. And, it sounds very healthy. Some of the hot and spicy food is very good for your body. Wow.
yes, yes. Spices has also lots of things to do in our life. But the good thing is you have to eat the spices in a balance act. I mean,
I
you cannot
see.
put lots of spices. I mean, it should have some proportion
Ah,
that you need to manage it. Else, your body will react very differently after some time.
ah, yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
So just think this way. So many Ayurvedic medicine there that are derived from spices. Say
mhm.
for I think people in USA and Western people they don't used to eat turmeric. You know, turmeric.
No, there is something called tamarind that I think is similar in Mexico. And so I'm
Turmeric.
in the
No,
South. Tam,
tamarind is a sour thing. Tamarind is, but I'm saying turmeric.
oh,
I don't
turmeric.
know how.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
know turmeric. And I hear it's a great cure or it'll prevent cancer. A lot of people are
yeah, it's
using
a
it
very
as medicine.
antiseptic. But the people in the West they don't used to eat, but recently they had started eating it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's very popular. It's a root, right? Turmeric root. And then you grind
yeah,
it up and it's a powder.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Wonderful.
That's a very yellow, the natural yellow color,
Mm-hmm.
but it has got lots of
Right.
antiseptic properties, especially
Oh,
when you are having oily food. And if you put a little bit turmeric, they destroy the chain structure of those oily food, and
excellent.
that will have less impact on your body. Like if people
Wow.
are eating lots of oil, right? Oil, fats, butter, these are very common.
Hmm. Oh, there are some people putting some other foods in here that they suggest. Annie in India says Pani Puri and Pav
Yeah, that's
Ba. Do you know that one? How do you say these?
it's called a pani puri.
Pani
So
Puri.
how to say? This is a hollow ball. Pani puri is a hollow small ball, and that dip into very spicy water, spicy and tamarind water, and probably they stuff with some mashed potato, mashed fried spiced potato in it,
Oh, that sounds
and
good.
some people they put a little bit yogurt on the top of it, the sweet yogurt,
Yeah.
sour yogurt, so kind of
Hmm.
mixing lot. So yeah,
Oh,
it tastes very delicious, but never know many people they got a stomach upset the very next day if
because
you
it's
eat a
spicy.
lot of them.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah,
spicy.
in India,
Oh,
saying biryani. Biryani is
yeah, biryani,
yeah, biryani means like you have a half cooked rice
right?
and you get all the veggies. It can be chicken, mutton, egg, anything. So what they do, they cook the half rice into half,
Hmm.
and then they cook the veggie or chicken, whatever they like it, the halfway,
Hmm.
and they put lots of spices. They put cardamom, some flowers. Yeah, so they put it like even hibiscus.
Hmm.
Some people they even put the rose petal as well. So it depends on the people where they eat in.
Oh, that
Um,
sounds good.
so that makes it lighter, and then it is a very slow cooked. The best thing is the slow cook, and that's really have a good aroma. So if someone
Ah,
is eating in the lunch room, the whole room will have this biryani aroma.
so it's
So
in a
it's
one
so
pot
delicious.
and it feeds a
Yeah.
lot of people. Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. You know all of these. Do you know this one? Ahmed says they have kaimak. Do you know
Sorry,
that? Do you know the one I pinned it? Ahmed says we have, is it Kaimak?
Cayman.
Koimak? Ahmed, you'll have to tell us what that is or we'll have to Google it. Annie knows
Yeah,
turmeric
I
and
think
dairy milk knows
Cayman.
turmeric. Oh, here it
I
is right
think it's
here. Ahmed says this butter, water, and corn flour is what it's made from. Does that sound familiar?
Kaima, I think it's a Persian food because I went once to the Persian restaurant here, and they have some very different kind of bread, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That is topping will be some creamy stuff, creamy and sugar stuff.
Ah,
So yeah, but I haven't tasted it. I was just inquiring what it is because I really explore the food from different country. Sometimes I will have a pad thai. Pad thai is one of my famous.
oh, I love pad thai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can have noodles, Malaysian noodles, veggie
Mm-hmm.
noodles, so
Mm-hmm.
yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can have dumpling as well. I don't mind having dumpling.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to have quesadilla, the Mexican
Mm-hmm.
quesadilla,
Mm-hmm.
along with burrito. So yeah, all those things I love
I've
it.
heard a lot of those. Annie said something very interesting about turmeric. And did you mention this? That it's an antibacterial? Like
Yeah,
if you got any wound, it's Annie, if you have a wound.
yeah.
Right.
Our in ancient days, like especially our elders, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2 3 generation, even now, if the people get some coughing or some sneezing, what they do, they mix this turmeric powder with the milk with a little bit authentic ghee. Ghee means purified
Yes.
butter.
Yes. I know
Uh,
ghee.
and they have it before they go for sleep, and then very next day they feel very cured and
Mm.
they feel very fresh. So it's highly recommended back in our country. Like it's a very traditional and Ayurvedic medicine back in our country. But yeah, these days many foreigners they also started following it because it has
Oh.
zero side effect. Like the
Hmm.
unlike the medicine which has lots of side effects.
Excellent. And Lily says biryani is a traditional food in many countries, and I heard that. I have a lot of friends in Kurdistan, and they have given me some recipes and things. I've seen that it's around quite a bit. Now,
So, teacher Sky, what's your traditional food? Is it a burger? I am pretty sure burger wouldn't be your traditional food. Um,
hmm. Yeah, in the United States, they call it comfort food,
mhm,
and home cooked food is very traditional. And if you make home cooked food, you usually have a meat and some side dishes.
yeah,
So the meat is like the main course. I tend to eat vegetarian a lot, and there are some very good vegetarian options as well. But things like they have beef and chicken and pork, we eat all of those meats, and fish. And then on the side, you would have something like a salad. A dinner salad is very customary and very good for you. A lot of people like potatoes, and you can cook potatoes so many different ways, baked and fried and steamed and
yeah,
mashed. Um, but those are some of the basics. And then just a lot of like garden vegetables, peas and corn and things like that, carrots, um, cauliflower, all of those are very good. I tend to like to eat vegetarian, so I cook a lot of more international food, because I like stir fries. I love to
yeah,
make a good stir fry, and I can do that with rice and vegetables, and then some of the other things, like falafels. I can do that, and hummus and some
yeah.
tabbouleh. I really like that. So those are kind of traditional. And if we go to the restaurants, there are many of those restaurants here that we can go to. um, we should probably get into this lesson because it's going to talk a lot about local cuisines. Now, this is what you would do if you were in the course. We're doing a lot of other assignments as well. In their group discussion, they're going to talk about festivals, and they come to class and give a presentation about festivals that they know of in different countries. So this section is the language section, and I wanted to start at the end of it. These are all the different words we're going to go over, vocabulary. So I'm going to let you all help answer some of these questions with True Blue's help. True Blue, could you ask the questions and then everyone can help us answer the questions, okay? This is
Yeah.
advanced.
So
Hi,
the first
Nida.
question. Uh, Yeah, go ahead, teacher.
I was saying hello to Nida. Good to see you here, Nida. And, Annie
Uh,
did make another comment that I will pin, and it says, if you have any flu or cold or cough, you can have turmeric milk. It's a magical herb and cure for problems. I have some turmeric tea in tea bags. Yes, believe it or not. And so I'm going to try that. You say you can add a little milk. Can you add honey or any sweetener to that? Is
yes,
that
you,
okay?
you can add honey, but
Okay,
not at
not
the
a lot.
very.
Yeah, you don't want it
If
too sweet.
if your milk is very warm, like lukewarm, then you can add honey. It's
Okay,
good
okay.
because if you put the honey in the hot milk, the all the antibacterial property of honey will be destroyed.
Oh, I didn't
So,
know
so
that. And
yeah.
honey's got those properties as well. Our food should heal us. It should make us better. And in United States, because and you guys are getting it too now, fast food, and a lot of the fast food isn't that good for you. So you have to be very smart about what you select. You are what you eat. Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Rashni. So would you ask the first question of everyone, True Blue? We have some questions about,
Hello,
oh,
hello everyone.
do you know
Do you
that
have
word?
a do you have a specialty?
Okay,
Like
specialty. Let's practice that word. There's
spe-
pronunciation here and it shows
like
how it's
specialty?
pronounced. Yeah.
Do you have a specialty?
Specialty. Specialty. Can you say it at
Special
home? Specialty.
specialty.
Specialty. Now, there's another word that comes off of that, and it's called especially. You know that one?
Like
Especially.
E
He's
E E for
especially
especially.
good.
Yeah.
It's especially. A lot of you don't know the one with E before it. Especially good. And especially is an adjective, it's describing something. Hi, Selena. So, do you have a specialty? And we're talking about food that you can cook or something that you order at a restaurant. Is there something that you always get or that you like or you like to cook?
I'm sorry, teacher. I lost. What were we saying?
Okay, I'm just asking your question of you and everyone who's here. If you could type it in the comments, we're talking about specialties. Okay, what's your specialty? Do you have something that you always order when you go to a restaurant or you really like to cook it? What's your specialty?
Yeah. As I mentioned to you, acai bowl. So whenever I get a chance, if I am very nearby my workplace, I would love to order acai bowl along with some milkshake. Yeah, milkshake or some other shake. Yeah, it's very
Ah,
good though. Or maybe even I order some coconut water. Yes.
very good for you.
And the good thing is it's so heavy,
Mhm.
so I don't feel like hungry for
A
four or
long time.
5 hours.
It'll tide you over, is what we say, like the ocean tides, the waves that come
Yeah.
in. It will tide you over. We say that in United States. Simba Sarah says biryani, and I sure want to try that. That sounds wonderful. Jod says tea. I can mimic hello. Oh, I put in there Huevos Rancheros. When I go to a Mexican food restaurant, and this is anywhere in the United States, I will go and I will ask for this same dish. It's huevos. Do you know huevos? What huevos are? Does anyone know?
I'm sorry,
You don't know? It's in Spanish.
I didn't. Huevas.
You
Sorry.
know, you know huevos. It's eggs. Like
Oh,
chicken eggs, right? So Huevos Rancheros, they make two eggs and they put this ranchero sauce. And the sauce is kind
um,
of a spicy red sauce, ranchero sauce. And they have rice and beans and they have it with corn tortillas. Jod says, I don't eat coffee and tea. That's probably very good for you. Excellent. So coffee can be kind of harsh, and there are different teas, but then there are medicinal teas also. But the caffeine, I think, is what really it tears you up. It makes you go fast and very alert, but it really wears down the body after a while. We have to balance these things. Like I like too many sweets, and so I have to, abstain. Kind of like you all were doing with Ramadan. You fast, and then you don't have that appetite, and you're not hungry for those bad things. You lose that craving. Oh, Nida has a good one. Could you read Nida's message, True Blue?
Okay, barbecue and a lot of vegetables in the fire. Potato garnet in the carbon and salad of the chef.
Oh, chef salad.
Mm.
We call it chef salad, Nida. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure about carbon. Potatoes garnet sounds like a dish. I'd love to have the
yeah.
recipe. In the carbone, is it carbone? I have heard that, Nida. Carbone. Oh, okay.
Neither.
Oh, it looks like a wonderful recipe. So
I mean,
Pramesh says
is the garnet is the salt or something like that? This is what I can guess it. I mean, garnet sounds to me like little bit salt or some stuff like that. In a
garnet.
carbon, not sure about the carbon means. See, mean I think does neither you do you mean the carbon means the fire under the wood fire?
That's what she said. We put it in the fire. So that's barbecue. Barbecue is
Yeah.
cooked over a fire, and they have like a tomato sauce. It's called barbecue sauce that they use. But to cook outside,
Teacher,
meat is barbecue.
back in our country, in our old days, we call it barbecue. We have an open barbecue. So
Uh-huh.
there, what people do, they
Yeah.
collect the wood,
Hmm.
and they fire it, and then they put the stuff, and they do very traditional, the way ancient people would do.
Hmm.
So yeah, we have a very different traditional way to make a
Gotcha.
barbecue. So we call it open barbecue.
Well, Jod mentioned something smoking, and smoked meat is particularly good. They just put it over just a smoldering, smoky. They don't have the fire. It's not cooking it with fire, but it's smoking it, and it's hot, so it smokes
Yeah.
it over a long, long period of time, and then you get that
Smoky
smoked.
chicken. Smoky chicken. Smoky
Yeah,
chicken is a
smoked
famous.
chicken is amazing, and they do a lot of hickory smoked, like bacon and things like that.
Yeah,
Hickory is a type of wood. I
that's right.
miss
It has a very different taste, I would say.
Akil. I missed you too. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. Lily says, "Do you mean smoking instead of having lunch and dinner? You mean like smoking?" No, I think he meant smoking the meat. And that's what Nida, I think, is talking about. We put it in the fire. Okay, good. Annie says burning coal is used for smoky effect in food. So you could use coal. So do you mind reading the second question for us? True Blue.
Um, my teacher. Okay. Do you always order the specialty of a restaurant?
Hmm.
Specialty of the restaurant of a
Oh, I
restaurant?
already answered with my specialty. What about you guys? Is there something that you like that's a specialty at maybe a
Uh,
restaurant?
I would say no.
No?
If I order every day, then that specialty is no more, right? So it should be very uncommon, or it should be very. We should eat that very occasionally if it is a specialty. This is what I understand.
Hmm.
If you're gonna eat the same thing for a long time, then you'll be bored with it. Like if you don't find like that food taste you anymore.
Try something different.
Try
Okay.
something different. But yeah, something that really give a chance to bite my finger when I'm eating something.
Good. Abu
So
Nasir,
this
I
is why
haven't seen you in a while. So, Annie, you said no, we order our favorite dish. Annie, what's your favorite dish? Why don't you try something new every time, Nida? Oh, that's great. I like to try new things. I think that's good. The topic made me hungry once. I know. Local cuisine. Um, so that last question, True Blue, could you ask that one?
what makes something a specialty.
Specialty.
A specialty. Yeah, you say a specialty.
Specialty. We want to make
Yeah.
sure you all say it right. Did you all say it at home? Specialty. What makes it a specialty, you guys?
I mean, it should be very enticing, even though we are full with our stomach, but still, if we find that thing on the table, we still feel like eating. More you eat, more feel like more you should eat. So
Yeah,
this is what I understand or a specialty.
I like that. It's
Yeah,
special, right?
You should have albeit insatiable appetite of eating those specialty.
insatiable. Did you catch that word, guys? He said insatiable. What is that, True Blue? Insatiable.
I mean, more you have it, but still you feel more and more.
Yeah. Oh,
You
it's
feel more.
so good. Delectable and wonderful. So I have some more questions. Now, this word is called service. Can you all
Yeah,
say it? Service.
service.
Service. Yes. So could you read the first question for us?
How do you define good service?
Mm. So we're talking about the servers, and they used to call them waiters and waitresses. They had the male and the female waiting on people, but now they've changed that word to serve. They are serving them meal, and server can be male or female. So, what do
And
you?
teacher.
Yeah.
And this one also changed a little bit, and the meaning will also change. So uh, I call it this one. So I type it for you,
Okay.
and it has completely different meaning if you just check it in Google.
Nida
So
says the chefs all the time are looking at perfections and they are discovering new dishes and they have put like specialty. Oh, that's a good answer, Nida. So it's their specialty because they've been cooking it and people really like it a lot. Okay. So practice, you put servo. What is that?
yeah.
Servo.
So servo is known as a fuel station. That probably you guys call it gas station in your country.
Oh, a
So
gas station is called a servo?
yeah, that's right.
I've never heard of. Is it like a brand name, like a company called
No, no, no.
Servo?
It's an English term,
Oh,
English word.
so you call it servo, like we call it
Yes, service.
service station. We go there to get our car
We
serviced.
call it servo. It's a station
Servo.
where you fill the gas
Okay.
or fuel in your car.
Pravesh says server means data storage computer. That's
Yeah,
different.
that's
I
right.
love the ed tech heads who are on our team. You guys really know technology. Yes, a server. So, how do you define good service, guys? Thank you, John. I'm glad you like the voice. Good service. Now, I think it was Annie that mentioned some foods, and I've got to pin this up here because I love to hear about all the foods. Kaju curry, any paneer vegetable, dal. Oh, I love dal tadka. Oh, I'm going to make a copy of this, Annie, and get some recipes. Now, if you all want to share recipes, Teacher Sky would love to try to cook some of your food. Rice and naan. I love naan. And tandoori. Roti. Oh, the best breads. You're pure vegetarian. Oh, you could cook so good, Annie. I wish I could be pure vegetarian. Oh no, what happened, True Blue? Did that happen on purpose? I'll invite you again. And Shamsuddin was asking, when is class and where is he? Oh no. Maybe I should ask, hey, where'd you go? Okay. We lost True Blue and he was helping us with this lesson. Okay, we've almost been going for an hour. We're making good progress. I guess I'm just going to have to ask you all to answer these questions for me. Okay. Okay, so here we are. John, I always misunderstand the word service as auto mechanic. Getting your car service, a service station, servicing your vehicle. Yes. Nida says good service depends on manners. Manners that they use. Okay. Not then they use. Okay. Manners that they use. So have you ever had bad service, anyone? Oh, True Blue, what happened? Did you get an interruption? Oh, no problem, Nida. So have you ever had bad service? Never? One time Lily says, oh, what would you do if the service was bad? What do you do? Do you stand up and shout at the server and tell them it was horrible? Oh my goodness, I hope not. Change shop, like go somewhere else, right, John? That's a good one. I tend to, we tip them. We give our servers a little money extra from what we were paying. Oh, there you are. Hi, True Blue. And so I would just tip them less. And then that would be my way of giving them feedback on the service wasn't very good, because I'm usually a good tipper. I have done that. I have served people in a restaurant. It's the hardest work I ever did in my life. It's hard to make people happy when they're hungry.
Yeah, teacher. So how do you define good service? So good service means you are keeping the customer as a boss. Customer are always
Treating the customer
happy.
as a boss. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're your
yes,
customer. So
yeah,
you treat them with respect and politely. And if you're polite to someone, they will treat you with respect and you will be polite.
yeah.
Good. That's
That's the
good
one
service.
thing. And then talk with them what they need. You need to meet the need of the customer.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know sometimes they just get busy, but I have been at restaurants. We lost you again. I have been at restaurants where the server, you saw them once, and maybe they took your order and someone else brought the food out and you never saw the server again. They got lost, or maybe they got their shift ended and they left and went home. But you never see them again, and it's like, that's bad service. They just disappeared on you, ghosting on you. Annie says, no, we just tell him to change or add something to do whatever is missing in taste. So if something is missing, you just ask them politely. That's good. That's smart, to ask politely. Very good. Um, Lily says, I just say to the manager to change the server and give feedback to them. Oh, so let their manager know that they're not doing very good and maybe get someone else instead. That's a good one. Oh, God. I'm a car mechanic. I've only met bad customers. I wish all of your customers were polite. They get stressed out when their cars are not working, don't they? It's a very scary situation because your vehicle is everything, right? Your livelihood, it gets you around. Nida, try to understand to don't do mess. Don't make a mess, Nida, is how you would say that. Um, you try to understand and they don't make a mess. I think that's what you're trying to say. Is that correct? Okay, am I close? All right, let's ask you some more questions. That was service. Recommend. Now, I recommend you say this at home. Recommend. 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 Did you say it? I want to hear you. So I have a question until True Blue comes back, or anybody else that wants to hop on and ask the questions. Do you ask your server for recommendations? What is that? Right, Nida? Recommend. Commendable. It's commend. It's good. I commend you for your work. Have you heard that word? So to recommend, you're going to do it again. Like restart, redo. What is recommend? No, it's not using as, well, maybe it could. You tell someone, you give them advice, and then you give them advice again and again. You recommend that they do something, right? It's giving them advice. John says, the customer's always right. The customer is God. Yes, always right. Inshallah. Good, John. Yes. So you do ask for recommendations, Nida? Yeah. So that means when you go to a restaurant, the server comes and sometimes they'll just offer their recommendation. They'll tell you what the specials are. But if not, you'll say, well, you work here. What is good? Could you tell me what's the best dish on your menu? What have you tried and you really like? Okay, so that's what they recommend. Oh, Priyanka, what a good suggestion here. You've heard of, and at the bottom of my resume, I have recommendations upon request. So if someone would like me to give them a letter of recommendation from my former employer, that's another use of the word recommendation. They recommend you for the job. Excellent. You guys really know these hard words. And, this is advanced English. Annie says, yes, whenever we go any new place, we ask them, can you recommend any best dish of your restaurant or cafeteria? Recommend the best dish. Any best dishes? Okay. So when you put that word any, it made it a little trickier. But very good. Very good English, good sentences. Lily, she says, yes, I always want to hear recommendations from the server, especially in a new restaurant. And remember, guys, wanna, that's slang, okay? So if you're wanting to make a good impression on your teacher, you would say want to and not wanna. Okay, don't get used to using these slang words because you want to seem very intelligent when you speak your English and write your English. That's a beautiful sentence, Lily. Very good work. Okay, guys, is there anyone else that has a recommendation? Annie, can you please recommend me good books to read? What's the last book you read, guys? What's a good book for Annie? Oh, there are so many good ones. Hi, Flourish. Would you like to come up? We're having fun. And I lost True Blue. I'm not sure where you went, True Blue. I can invite you again. It's nice to have the help.
Hello, Teacher Sky.
Hi, Flourish.
Hi,
Welcome.
everyone.
Great to
Thank you,
see
Teacher
you
Sky.
here. Oh, and I know you've been
I miss you.
you've been around all week because I've seen you at other places, and I know that you're watching and you're studying. So
Yes,
my
teacher.
schedule hasn't completely changed yet. I don't have all my classes booked. So the times that I have open, I'm going ahead and going with my usual time, and then I'll just go long to try to get people that are coming to my new schedule. So this is
Mhm.
a new time for you. Is this working out for you okay to be
Yes,
here now?
Teacher Sky. It works, and even if you adjust it one hour more, it's
Mhm.
okay.
Good. Great. I
Yeah.
will be doing that. Oh, and True Blue's Black. Good.
Hi,
Sorry,
True
teacher. I'm
Blue.
getting a call in between. So, yeah, I was
Are you
thinking,
falling asleep? Oh, you poor thing.
nah, not now.
All
It's
right.
a very
So
cold.
we
It's
already,
a bitterly cold here.
is it cold?
Yeah, yeah. I,
Oh. It's been really cold here the last few days, and I have a garden in, and everything,
mm,
it was kind of stunted because we got a little cold snap, is what they call it, where the temperatures went down and we got rain for a while. My friend in Colorado said they got snow. Yeah, it's
that's right.
May. I know it should be summertime.
Yeah.
So we're offering some book suggestions. Annie says she's read The Secret. Oh, that's a really good one, Annie. Do you know Celestine Prophecy? It's better than The Secret, even. The Secret has very good wisdom, very good. Celestine Prophecy. I'll put it in the comments. Celestine Prophecy. It's fiction, but it's also an action story. So you just read it, it's so exciting. Any more suggestions for books for Annie? English books will be good for us. Okay, thank you, Lily's filling out want to. All right, if anybody else thinks of any other books, can you read it online? I'm sure you can. They have workbooks for that one. They're really good ones. I'm trying to think of new books. What are new books? My friend's father just wrote a book that I would like to recommend. If I can find it again. Do you all know any good books? What books are you reading?
For what, teacher?
Yeah, the Quran, Holy Quran. I got a copy of
And
Holy Quran in English, and so I've been able to read that. It's so beautiful. It's like poetry. It's scripture, right? It's lovely.
Yeah.
So I can't
Yeah.
find that book. My brother wrote a book. Would you like to know what his book is called? It's called The Eight Wisdoms. And his name is Bobby Glenn James. Wrote The Eight Wisdoms. And it's such a good story. It's really good and very wise. That's a good one for you. So we would like to read the second question. Flourish, you just came up. Would you like to read? How about the second question?
Second question, teacher. Let's see. Very small. What? Whose recommendation do you
trust.
do you
The
trust
The
the most?
most. Oh, do you guys know that word
Whose
trust?
recommendation do you trust the most?
Trust. So trust, what does that mean?
I mean,
You believe.
something is true.
Yeah, you believe something is true. Okay. So whose recommendations about food and cuisine and what you should have to eat, whose recommendations do you trust the most? What do you think, True Blue? Do you trust?
I go through two ways. So I look at the review, and customer reviews are the
Good.
best, I would say.
That is a very good one.
Sometime there are some rating system. Back in our country, the JAP rating system.
Mhm.
But sometime it could be falsification as well. Restaurant pay them money and then they get a good star.
Okay.
So,
What
yes,
about you? Oh,
mhm.
what about you, Flourish? Whose recommendations do you trust?
In terms of in a restaurant, teacher, in a suicide, in terms of foods in a restaurant, is it, teacher?
Right.
So of course we can't view any recommendation from online, because if you actually over there already, you're about to order some food and you don't know yet what are the food. So in the first place, you can take a look at the menu, and then you may ask the server if what is their specialty, and what are the most menu or food that the customer like most.
I love
So
that
I may
idea.
ask their recommendation. It's the best,
Yeah.
because they may know what are the
They've tried it, so they would know what's good
yeah.
and what's bad. So, they call this a certain kind of advertising. It's the most effective form of advertising. It's called WOM. Do you know what that stands for? WOM? It's the best form of advertising. Do you know it? You know what it is? No? Nobody knows?
No.
Word of mouth. That's a real thing, and it's scientific. Yes, in marketing they use it. When somebody tells you something, that's their recommendation. That is what you really believe. And so many people act because I heard this was a good place. Where did you get those shoes? Oh, I'd love to have some of that. Have you tried it? Is it good? I'm going to try it next time. So, word of mouth. Yeah, Annie says, I trust the recommendation which is given by experienced person, any experienced person. Okay. And Tribly, you had said something back here that was bugging me. You were telling Annie something. You said, how can you find sage advice from it's an experienced person in the first place.
That's right.
So because E starts with the vowel, you have to use an.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. But not all the time, teacher. You should have. I miss it here, but not all the time. We don't say an university. We say a university. So if we have a vowel sound, then
A
yes. Vowel sound, then
university.
yes.
An university. Oh, that doesn't sound as good, does it? Oh, grammar. They have one
A
rule, and then
university.
they have
We say
another
a
rule that
university.
contradicts the one rule. Oh, it's so confusing. But it does sound
A
better,
university.
doesn't it?
A university and honest person, right?
Honest
So
person. Yeah,
an honest person.
and honest.
Mm.
John ordered the dog to stop barking. He
Mm.
protects Flourish and her family. We love that. Okay. Yeah, Annie says, I mean, a trustable, let's say trustworthy person, like my friend, a senior, or any professor. Your teacher, someone who's older than you, an elder, my senior, or my friend. So I would say trustworthy. Trustable, I don't think is a word. Is
Yep.
trustable a word? Can you look it up?
Yep. Trustworthy we generally say in the context, but um,
Priyanka,
um,
where are you
I,
going with this?
I haven't encountered a trustable word yet, sir, teacher.
yeah,
Only trustworthy word.
Yeah, I want to look up trustable. Is trustable a word? I could be wrong. Oh, it is. It is a word. It's on the internet.
There is.
Able to depend or rely on. Example of trustable is a person, someone who's always keeps a secret. Oh, so
yeah, yeah.
trustable is an adjective and it is a word. I just have never heard it. When we talk about people being
Mhm.
trustworthy, that's how we say it. They're worthy of our
Yeah,
trust.
some of the from the same sentence, same word, we have very different adjectives in a British and UK.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That sounds like it
sometimes
might
it
be
can be very,
British. That's a
very.
good point.
Mm,
So, what is
mm.
Priyanka talking about, you guys? Flourish, can you read Priyanka's pinned comment? I'm not sure about this.
Uh-huh. We need to take principal recommendation to announce college parties. The recommendation of the principal
Uh,
Yeah,
I would say
to
I get
announce
what she
college
mean.
parties.
you spelled that right.
Mhm.
Principal's the person in charge of the school. He's like your pal. He's your friend, and he's watching out for you. You take his recommendation to announce college parties. What does that mean?
Teacher, I will paraphrase what she
Maybe
mean. I can get it.
Okay, okay. True Blue,
She,
try to
she
do
mean
paraphrase.
she mean that back in our college day, whenever we have party, then we order a lot of food. Okay, and in order to have a party, we first take the permission from principal. Principal is the best person because he is experienced. Party
Yes.
must be going on for years and years. So principal knows which restaurant is good or bad, which
Okay.
what food is good. Yeah. So this she is simply saying the tradition. Yeah.
I can understand that. Does that sound good to you, Flourish, or did you have another suggestion on that?
I think what Priyanka may think that I just think that way. Maybe the principal once recommended to a teacher or to anyone in charge to let it announce to some students or any participants that there will be a college party.
Mm. And then the principal.
They will have an activity. They will have a celebration for a college party.
Okay.
So they should announce it. I think
Hmm.
so. That's the recommendation of the principal
In practice, you
to
say
make a party.
order hot dog then, and the correct way to say this would be what, guys? Did he leave out another one of those little words? They're like glue for your sentence. You have to have these. And
Order hot dog
eat
then.
the order. What should it say, Flourish? Order
There
hot dog
are
then.
there hot dog then. There's a hot dog food favorite of the kids, of the
Uh,
children, hot dog.
hot
We call
dog.
that hot
So we
dog.
need that word
Color red.
Where's
Ah,
Order a hot
order a
dog.
hot
We
dog
need
then.
in there for it
Ah,
to sound good. Hi, Monica.
have a
Oh,
party.
Jaron Hansen. You spelled ma'am right. I'm so proud of you. Hi, Jerry. Okay, so did we do all of these? No, we didn't. Would you read the last question, Flourish? And I'll see if practice one has
Do
come
you
back.
yes, teacher? Um, do you like to give recommendations
Hmm.
about for what? Do
Oh,
you
good
like
timing,
to
True
give
Blue.
recommendations?
Yeah.
Do you like
Uh,
to give recommendations, True Blue?
Obviously, I would love to because if I like some food which is very good, then yeah, I will certainly help my colleague,
Hmm.
my friends, my well-wisher. Yeah, sure, because I don't want them to waste their money. going to the
Right.
best place.
What about you, Flourish? Do you like to give recommendations?
It depends, teacher, because if in terms of food, they have their own specialty, and I'm not good. I'm not I'm
Good
not really
point.
good in cooking,
You know, that's what I think
so
when I
I can't
ask.
give any recommendation. I
Yeah.
may suggest
Yeah.
some nice food, but not to recommend.
Hmm.
Yeah.
A suggestion. Like they were saying, would you ask the server for recommendations? The server knows what's good at that restaurant, but they might have personal preferences and they might say
Uh-huh.
things, oh, I don't really
Yeah.
like that. So you're right. Sometimes people have different tastes, but you can always offer suggestions. That's
Yeah.
always good. Now let's do another one. This one
Yeah.
is called portion. Portion.
Portion.
Okay.
Portion.
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 Good. Say again, portion.
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 So the TI sounds like a sh sound. And True Blue, could you read that first question for us?
Do you prefer large portion at a restaurant?
Do you
At a restaurant.
prefer? Okay.
Do you prefer large portion at a restaurant?
What is prefer, True Blue?
I
Prefer.
mean, first in the list, there are so many
Pre.
things. Yeah,
Pre
pick the
usually
first
means
thing.
before. Prefer. What do you think,
Yeah, that's
Flourish?
it.
What does that mean to you?
Prefer. Your choice.
Choice. Okay.
Jo- prefer. If
Yeah.
there's some choices, then what's your choice? What's your best choice? Which do you
Good.
I
prefer?
mean,
Which do you like
you
most?
would like to choose something from many,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or let's
Which do
say
you like?
the first thing that you would like to have from many. So you got so many options,
It's your
but you will have to decide the
favorite.
first thing.
Yeah. And they take that prefer, that word from preference. It's your
That's right.
preference. It's my
It's your
preference
preference.
because I prefer it. So preference, my preference,
My
that's a
choice.
noun, isn't it? It's a preference. And
Uh-huh.
I can tell you what it is. I like spaghetti. Okay. And that's a
Mhm.
preference over soup. Okay. So preference. And that's what I prefer. I like it more. So, do you prefer large portions? Portions. What is a portion?
I
I
mean,
What'd you say, Flourish?
I think the root word part part
Part,
of the area portions.
area,
Uh,
portion.
uh,
That could be.
uh,
Oh, that is a definition for portion. What do you think, True Blue?
part.
How do they use portion in this sentence? Portion.
a portion mean a part of something. You know,
Part.
you got a so like you got a full shape, or you got a full plate of rice, and then you take some bite. You know, you take
Ah.
1 spoon, 2 spoon, so
Mhm.
that we can say a little portion.
Oh,
And if you
so
divide those rice into half, then you
portion.
say half.
So
Yeah,
another
a small amount,
small,
not just amount of something. You know, from a
okay.
large.
So it's an amount. A portion is an amount,
Yeah.
right? And Annie says,
Yeah.
no, I prefer small portions, is how you'd say that, Annie, or I prefer a small portion. But you can say small portions of any, and the way you have it, it should be I prefer
Yeah.
a small portion of any dish, but when it's about cake, I usually preferred a big portion. So
Portion.
now you changed your tense on us, Annie, you said right now I prefer a small portions of any dish, but when it's cake, I usually, now you're going into the past. You need to stay with us here because you
You
want
have
your sentence to be in alignment. So you want it to be right now. I usually prefer a big portion. So you need that little word at the beginning, a small portion and a big portion. Okay.
yeah. I would say not a big portion. You
No.
should have complete.
Hmm. I think when I get big portions, I try to save like half of it and then take half home and have it later again. What do you think,
Yeah.
Flourish? Do you like big portions at a restaurant?
No, not much.
Not as
Teacher, it's
much.
just as what is suited for me. Not so small, but yeah, not so big.
Yeah. Yeah. So even if you're really hungry, I want a big pile of food.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Teacher,
yeah.
in my case,
Uh-huh.
when I am very hungry, whenever when I'm feeling like a glutton,
Yeah.
then I love to have varieties of food rather than one food pile up.
I
That
see.
way, I just check my taste and I feel okay, I'm done. Because I don't want to eat a lot because it generates lots of carbohydrate and in the long run it creates a fat, belly
Mm.
fat.
So you understand the difference of what all the food is made up of, carbs
Yeah.
and fats and things that can be good for you and bad for you, and that's a whole other lesson. Monica prefers a big portion. Yes, and yes, if you're a growing boy like True Blue, you need the bigger portions. Okay. So True Blue, would you read the last question for us, please?
Why do expensive, classy restaurants serve a smaller portion? Yeah.
That's a good question. Now we're going to talk about classy, I think, and expensive here in a moment. But these are the nice, fancy restaurants. What do you all think about this question? They're expensive, so it costs more and they give you less. How is that? Hi, Wafa and Marina Medina. Hello, hello. What do you guys think about this one? Two Blue, do you have any thoughts on this? Why do expensive, classy restaurants serve smaller portions?
Yeah, teacher, I do have.
What do you think?
So they are like pricing because this classy restaurant they have expenses and other stuff as well. Say for cleaning, decorating, space management. They have to pay a lot on maintaining the you know uh, heating system. So they get lots of other expenses. So they tend to cut down on a small person because people can order more and that way they can make some more money,
Hmm.
right? So and also they make it delicious. So probably
Yeah.
say for you're going to eat one meal and then you find very tasty, but it is a small amount. Then probably you're gonna order some another thing.
Yeah.
So that way you spend a lot of money compared to a small person. And also when people go to eat in a very fancy and classy restaurant, people tend to eat a lot of varieties. So in order to finish all of them, restaurant make a little bit so that
Hmm.
a smaller than compared to non-traditional
Hmm. I had never
restaurant. So
thought of
yes,
that.
I think that's the one reason what
That's
I
a good
believe.
rationale, and he's rationalizing why. Um, does anyone else have any other suggestion? What do you think, Flourish? Why do you think expensive restaurants would have smaller portions?
Yes, I agree with the practice as
Yeah.
if they will let you taste first because it's so expensive, and then they will let you taste it, and then after all it's really tasty, you would like more, so you can order once more, and then uh, there will be a bigger income for that
I
because you
never
want
thought
more
of
because
that.
it's very small. You're not satisfied, but you want more, so it
Maybe
will make it's inviting. Yeah.
have you ever heard that term? It leaves you wanting more. Leaves
Mhm.
you wanting more.
More.
They say that a lot. It must be
It
good if
leaves you wanting more.
okay, Wafa says, I think it has something to do with being rich, going to fancy restaurants. That is a curious one. Now, Annie says, I like Annie's comment here. This is good because they provide good quality and less quantity. And people, those who generally visit there, are health conscious. That's a good point.
That's a good
Interesting.
point, Annie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it
But
is.
that's not always true, teacher. That's not
Primavera
always
says the
true.
same thing. And Primavera, You know what? We eat a food called that. Pasta primavera. Do you know that one? The ingredients cost more. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it might just be the style of these
yeah,
restaurants. It's
the
fancy and it,
style. They
it
are,
looks like art, right?
yeah, they are decorating.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some band as well,
Yeah.
a live band.
Oh.
We're going to restaurant, having a good song.
Hmm.
Is sing by a song is sung by the real human over there.
Hmm.
So yeah, so there are lots of other
Atmosphere.
factors, expenses, and those
Okay.
expenses they can recover it
We're going to
just
talk
by
about that
increasing
in
the
a
price of dishes
hmm
and yeah, many shops. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about atmosphere in a minute. Shamsuddin is here. I'm going to invite him up. Come on up, Shams. We're discussing food. Okay.
I'm here.
Did you have anything to say? Have you heard what we're talking about?
No,
Do you know the
thinking maybe I
subject?
shouldn't be as open with that kind of stuff, just generally,
Talking.
so
I hear something else
I-
going on.
just
Are
because
you at a
there's this
Zoom
idea of,
meeting?
being under the blanket, under the wrapper.
Okay, so I think we got all of portion. We're going to go to
Out of,
another
out
page
of,
here. Can you
not
mute,
being
Shams?
overexposed.
Oh, he muted.
Oh, he hopped
And
off.
he hopped we can hear your audio really good, Shamsuddin. Okay, so Annie, Wafa says, Annie, I think it's not necessary for the customer to be health conscious. In fact, it's more about how can afford such a pill. Such pill. Yeah, maybe you can just afford to have it. That is good. Who can afford it? Okay, so we're going to talk about this one. Out of this world. Can
Wow.
you say it? Out
Out of
this
this world.
world. Oh, you
Out of this world.
that's great. Okay, so Flourish, would you read the first sentence for us? What?
What makes a food out of this world?
Wow, it sounds very
Out.
outer space, kind of like out of this world. Do we really want it to be out? How do you eat it when it's out of the
Uh-huh.
world?
What does it mean?
I'm so confused.
Out of this
Help.
world.
What does it mean, everybody? Out of this
See,
world.
extremely enjoyable.
Oh,
Yeah,
Flourish
food is
knows.
enjoyable.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, what do
Yeah,
you
we
think,
like to
True
eat food.
Blue?
Yeah, I mean, what to say? Like, if the food is drooling, I mean, you found some. I mean, some food at very specific place.
Yeah.
Um, this is what we call. This is from around like out of the world. It
Out of
is
this
rarely
world.
found.
Yeah. There's another term that people started, or expression that people started using. It's kind of a popular thing. They say, it's to die for. Would you die for it? Is it that good, really? Okay, it's to
You
die
really
for.
love it.
Wafa says it means it's super, super delicious. But who can afford it, Wafa?
Yeah,
Okay, so True Blue, would you read the second question?
super, super delicious.
Okay. Have you had food you consider to be out of this world?
Hmm. Have you, True Blue? Say bye.
Yes, indeed, indeed. I would say buttered popcorn. Whenever I go to village cinema here, I would love to have buttered popcorn
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
potato chips.
So good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Snack foods. What about you, Flourish? Have you ever had food that you consider to be out of this world?
Out of this world. Some bacon, teacher, and my kids also love to eat bacon. Whenever we go to any restaurant, they prefer to have bacon
Bacon.
rather than any other else. Yeah,
That's their
that is
favorite
one of
food.
the out of this world.
Out of
Yeah,
this world. Do they make bacon different ways, or is it usually cooked the same?
yeah,
Yeah.
they cut it, but the way it has been cooked as like um, y- while eating, you just roast it in a grilled pan.
Yeah.
So just a small salt on it, and then and salt and pepper. Then they really enjoy eating that.
Hmm.
Even
Sounds
how many, even
very simple.
how a lot of that, a large amount of bacon. Yeah,
Shams, you want to try to come up again? He says it's to live for. I
like
like that
for
so much better. I always have this term, I love them to death, but they drive me crazy. And now I'm trying to say, I love them to life. Because somebody said, who was it? Yes, the guy. Where are you? He said, I could also kill for it. It's to die for. I would also kill for it. And then Wafa says, I will die for a pizza in any Rome restaurant. Oh, that must be really good pizza in Rome. I thought New York City had the best pizza. You know, they call it Chicago style pizza. That's supposed to be a good one. Primavera likes popcorn. Okay. So let's do another one. Shams, are you going to come up again? Get your audio figured out? Okay. This one is local. Local. Could you say it?
local,
Great.
local.
Local. That C sounds like a K, doesn't it? Local. So could you read the first question, True Blue? Or did we
Okay,
lose you?
so
Oh, Waffen's got
what
pizza.
is the opposite of a local restaurant?
What do you think that is? The opposite of local. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Annie says special restaurant. Yes, the same guy says belonging to the place is local. Oh, he also says
Um,
foreign. I was wondering if foreign food would be, you know what I call it? Oh, here, I think Shams is asking because, yeah, here we go, Shams. We call local food are the little mom and pops that are owned by a person or a family and they're small business. And then the big companies that have the same restaurant all over the place, we call it franchise food.
yeah,
Have you heard of that?
teacher, yeah,
McDonald's.
franchises like MacD, Domino's,
Yeah.
they're
Now
very common franchise.
those are fast food places, but even nice sit down restaurants, they have franchise food.
That's
There's
right.
TGI Fridays and Olive Garden. There are many big national chains, and they would have a restaurant in every town if it's a big city. But it's very different from local food. It's always the same. It's a perfect recipe, but it's not local. Primavera, what's
That's right.
in? Oh, Mickey D's. So that's more fast food. So yeah, I don't think Mickey D's is a local restaurant. So Flourish, would you read the second question for us?
Why do travelers seek out local foods?
What do you guys think? Why would a
I think for
traveler?
me, if I'm a traveler, if for example I'm visiting another places, and then I wish to taste what are the food in their area, in their
Yeah,
locality, because those food that they have is their specialty, and they made it really um, memorable for a traveler to taste this kind of food they have.
yeah. Have you guys
So
ever
that's
heard
it.
the term?
Maybe for me, if
Yeah.
you
Teacher, I have a very different opinion.
Okay. Go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
you look, food is not something that you just eat it and you digest it. It's not like only about the taste or something as such. If you just look at the country's food, they are designed in such that they can survive over there. Say for the food in us back in our country, even food in our country. Say for some people in the south, they eat some rice with so it has a local combo, right? So it is designed in such that you will get less ill. It's very health tailored design food. Okay, for every country. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so this is one thing I think. So this is why travelers they don't want to get sick as they are in a foreign country. So probably that's one of the reasons they would like to have some local food. Obviously, many would say they want to make it memorable
Yeah.
to go for a local dishes. But yeah, my belief is local foods are designed in such that you get You got a less chance to get unhealthy after having it. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Shamsuddin? The question is, why do travelers seek out local foods? What do you guys think in the comments? Everybody's really quiet. We have a saying, it's when in Rome. When in Rome, you eat like the Romans, or you act like they like. It's polite to do what they do in the local area. But what do you think, Shams? This is all opinion.
Well, I think, was it Practice that just spoke? True Blue?
What did you
Can
say?
hear? Was it Practice that just spoke? Just before me?
Yeah.
Yes.
True Blue just said that he didn't think, he thought eating local was better because you could trust the food more and maybe not get sick. Where Flourish was saying that people seek out the local foods because it's the local flavor and they want to experience where they're visiting. Is that right, Flourish? Did I get that right, guys?
Yeah.
So what do you think, Shams?
Yeah,
Out
it
of
will-
Well, interestingly enough, I think both of what they said is absolutely true.
Yeah.
But I would emphasize that local food for local people is very, very healing, because the earth is our mother, and the things that grow locally are made up of the things that include our vibrations, because we live locally. We're part of that community. So it's very healthy to eat locally if you're local. And then it is also a gift if you're a traveler and you come to a place. Of course you want to eat local, because you are going to get tastes that you have never experienced before in your life, and that will open you to new vistas of thankfulness and oh, what a gift that food is, and oh, what a gift this earth is, and how come we keep fighting with each other? Okay, that's
I agree. But you know what? I would like to just add one more thing. Now, when I go someplace, I want the local, because I trust the locals and I think they make it best. And, you do have to be picky, but sometimes they say when you're traveling, a lot of people will go to these franchise places because they know what to expect. It's going to be the same as it was in another country or another. It's always the same, and they can depend on that. So you really have to have the spirit of adventure to go local. And I think, like Sean said, it's healthier, because when you eat local, it's the food that's growing in your area, and it's so good for you. It's fresh, right? It hasn't been on a truck or a ship and it's sitting for a long, long time. It comes right out of a garden, or it's fresh meat.
So you just reminded me of one other thing I should have said. Over 50 years ago, I went around the world on the first floating college that ever existed. And when we were in Egypt, we had an old professor, an old woman, who warned us. She said, you do not eat the local food. You're going to get parasites and things that you'll deal with the rest of your life.
Huh.
Well, I went into a mosque because I was researching all the prayers of different world religions. And when I came out of the mosque, this guy came up to me and said, you're not from here, are you? Obvious, me in a mosque. I was just a 20-year-old. Anyway, to make a long story short, he took me around Port Said in a horse-drawn carriage because he wanted to show me everything local. And doggone it, we did eat at local places, and it was really good. But you know what? I think for the rest of my life, I've had certain digestive issues that might be linked back to that initial exposure to pathogens that my body wasn't used to.
Right. And they can be. I know that in Mexico, it gets very, very hot. hot, but they very hot, spicy food. The jalapeno peppers are so hot, and habanero and so hot, but their body needs that. It pretty much it will cleanse, like you all were saying with turmeric, how it is in your country because it helps to heal. It's antiseptic. That is so interesting.
Yeah, I take turmeric now.
Okay, so we have another question. Shamsuddin, you haven't got to read yet. Would you read the last question for us?
The last question is,
This will be interesting. Your city.
is there a local restaurant in your city that you would recommend to a traveler? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah? What's it
Oh,
like?
It depends on what, I would, excuse me, I would try to figure out what the traveler's intentions were, because we have a casino here where if you sign up for their little casino program, which is free, you get a free smorgasbord meal that is, it's wonderful. The truckers told me about it.
We have a casino. Yeah. That's where they go gambling, guys. Yeah. We're on Cherokee Nation, and the Native Americans have these casinos. Is yours a Native American casino, Shams, in Missouri?
No, it's a river casino. So they get around the law somehow that way. And it's run by a big conglomerate,
I see. They're big, fancy places.
They're part of they have.
But is that considered local food? The casino?
No, except it's prepared by local people, and there's such a variety that. So I would recommend it for certain kind of people. But then if they wanted, local flavor, we have this diner kind of place that it's local, but also they do things like falafel and Middle Eastern stuff. But it's it's their own take on it.
Right.
And then we have a local pizza place where they make their own pizza. So there's lots of places you could go.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
There's even a restaurant in what would be the downstairs of a big old house. They turned it into a restaurant, and I haven't been there, but everybody who goes says it's wonderful. So I would take people there, and they could buy me a dinner.
There you go. It sounds fancy. And we were talking about that before. Why do they give you smaller portions? It's so you'll buy more because they know you have a lot of money. You're at the fancy, classy restaurant. So practice says quesadillas, which you spelled terribly. I made quesadillas the other day with red hot chili peri. Are you saying pepper sauce? Peri peri?
Yeah, it's a peri sauce.
Really? It's called peri? Peri peri. I haven't heard of that. One of my favorite Mexican meals is jarritos. They say it they don't say the J. Jarritos, and they roll the R. Jarritos is a good drink. They have a tamarind. Is that what you were talking about when you mentioned tamarind?
Now, the peri peri sauce is made from, I think, the mustard, red mustard, along with some tomatoes and tamarind, the different way.
Peri peri sauce. I will have to look that one up. So Annie said that she says, yes, we usually do so whenever my friend or relatives come from another place. So you take them and take them to a local restaurant. That's so nice. Hi, Bien. Welcome. We're so glad to see you. Yes, we're talking about food again. And I looked up that food that you mentioned yesterday. Oh my goodness. It looks, and they say it tastes wonderful, but it looks a little scary to me. I don't know if I could eat it. Oh, okay. So here we have another one. This one, everyone, is highly rated. Highly rated. Okay.
Highly rated.
Highly
rated. Okay. So
highly rated.
Thank you, Flourish. And Flourish, would you read the first question for us?
Surely, teacher. How do you find out if a restaurant is highly rated?
Oh, good question. Does anyone know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is 5-star, if the star is hidden, all of them in a solid color.
Okay, you see that? 5 stars means it's very good. Okay, excellent. So, Practice, could you, or True Blue, could you read the second one?
Is it important for you to know that?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Why?
simply guide us. It simply guide us if we are not sure about the restaurant. If we are going for the first time and haven't been recommended by any of our known sources, then yes,
Yeah.
this is the last option to guide us, right?
Ha- have you ever, like, if you saw it had 2 stars, would you go there?
It depends. It's very subjective. If that restaurant only exists in my local area, then I am forced to go there. I wouldn't sleep hungry. But if I find some alternative, then yes, I'll go to other restaurant. This
Have
is a
any?
very human tendency, right? You always search for the best.
Yeah. So, have any of you gone to one that had less stars? Did you ever try it when it had less?
Yes, indeed, yes.
Are
So sometime what happen if some restaurant they are very new
yeah.
and they have only one or two people, they put up 1 star or two star, maybe some different issues. What I consider, okay, sometime a staff has just a bad day,
Yeah.
so
So
that could be the
maybe,
one reason. And
yeah, maybe they're not
yeah,
accurate. Okay. So,
yeah.
Shamsuddin, you want to read the last one?
Surely. Have you ever been disappointed in a highly rated restaurant?
Does that ever happen?
I'm sure it has, but I'm not remembering one specifically.
You personally, but like True Blue was saying, sometimes they'll have 5 stars and you'll go and you'll say, oh, I had a terrible experience. I had an awful waiter. The place wasn't clean and the food was cold. So you might have a different experience and you'll go in and give it 2 or 3 stars, and then that will probably bring their rating down. So it
Teacher,
depends.
but these days, restaurant spend a lot of money. They give some freebies to the customer and request them to write a good review.
Ah, good point. So they try to get people to say good things about them so their reviews are higher. Would you guys do that for me? I had a couple of people that said I didn't show up to class, and I did. And because the review says I didn't, my score came down. So, yeah, I like it to be organic. That means that they naturally say whether they like you or not. And when people see my score, they know I'm human and I'm not the perfect teacher.
Oh
And
no, I'm gonna have
you
to.
are a
I'm gonna,
you are a
I'm
But
gonna have
I
genuinely
practice every
sagacious
day.
teacher.
I'm gonna have to leave this class. I thought I was with the perfect teacher.
I practice every day. And he says, yes, it's important. Otherwise, you have to pay full bill. And if the food is not good, you might left it. You might leave it. Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you should go ahead and pay. You could get in trouble for not paying. But if you complain, they might give you some off. Like, oh, I found a piece of hair or a bug in my dish. Then they might not make you pay. That would be good.
Teacher, back in our country, if you find any kind of as such things like any hair or anything, and if you complain them, and because here most of the restaurant they got a camera as well,
Uh-huh.
and if it is found really, then restaurant have to pay around $1,000 fine to the customer.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, this is the
huge.
rules back in our country.
Wow.
Well,
So,
Amazing. All right.
so
So we're gonna.
restaurant always
Mhm.
they are clean freak and they are very hygiene when it comes to food.
I
How to
see.
protect the food, and food law is very strict. I think in USA as well, like you cannot serve any cold food or a food that is prepared 2 or 3 days
Mm-hmm.
back. It's very common in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
There people they make the food, and if it is unsold, they sell it for after 2 days, after 3 days. But that's not common back in
Good.
Australia, even though.
Mm-hmm.
So if some restaurant they have some food left, they simply give it free to the customer, or they just throw it away.
I see. Mm-hmm.
They cannot serve the next day because the food inspector they check it very often,
Good.
and they got the instrument device to measure whether this food was prepared today or which day.
Excellent. Good.
And
Okay.
and government put a very huge infringement So any restaurant, if they have been found serving a food that was prepared yesterday or even last day, a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
then restaurant have to pay around $10,000 fine, and then their restaurant will be shut down for 1 week. These are the penalty,
They have
huge
to
penalty.
fix it.
So restaurant are scared to serve the
Mm,
old cooked food. Yeah.
excellent.
Is that Southern India?
In Australia.
Australia. Yeah, good to know. We are learning so much about everyone's country. This is so good. Now, Maudie just got here, but Maudie already has the answer to this one. Do you guys know how to say it? Grab. Grab. Did you say it? Grab. Okay. Maudie says, I usually go to the supermarket to grab some food. Grab. So grab, it's like you snatch it up. What is grab?
Hey, Marty. Good to see you, Marty.
Maudie, good. You're here. Son is here.
Grab means something that is very easy to access. Simply
Good.
pick up and pay the money and then take away.
Yeah.
So you don't have to ask someone, can you prepare it? It's already ready to pick up.
Good.
And just
Yeah. Grab and go.
Yeah, grab and go. Throw it in your pocket, pay the money at the cash counter, and drive away.
Kind of like fast food, but you can grab food at the grocery store. It's kind of what you say. Shamsuddin, could you read the first question?
Certainly. Where can you go to? I thought that was what we did. Where can you go to grab some food?
Mighty goes to the supermarket. Oh, let's see. Primavera traditional markets and grocery stores. Pre-Rona, I usually go to the bazaar for food. Go to the bazaar. Annie, small children try to grab things with their tiny fingers, right? And Wafa, grab some coffee from the fast food canteen. Canteen is spelled like this, Canteen, canteens. Okay, so where can you go to grab some food, Flourish?
Yes, I just usually I go to the supermarket or even in a mini store, like a convenience store, like we have called 7-Eleven over there. It's just easy to get it, and there's a place on there for you to eat or even take out.
Interesting.
So that's it.
Wow. What about you, True Blue?
I go to Servo and really grab some sandwich that is ready to pick up. Maybe just need to warm up for 1 minute, and they go to also microwave function. So grab some food, warm it up or heat it up for a minute, and meanwhile refill the fuel into the car. And I have fuel and also some sandwich. Put some sauces, have it, and drive away to the car.
Great. Wafa says, I grab my coffee from Starbucks. And Pre-Rona, I don't know about this one. I grab bread, omelet, baked beans, and apples for breakfast. I don't know if that really goes. Grab is, it's described differently, more like fast food kind of grabbing. Maudie says, I like to supply some juice, pasta, eggs, and vegetables. Those are very good suggestions, but grab kind of means something else. Trubu, could you read the second sentence?
I go to my
What are
refrigerator.
common foods that we grab and go? Okay. Maybe all the ready-made meals, ready to eat.
Right. They're ready to eat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one. Sandwiches that is packed inside,
Yeah.
Maybe some fruit salads. Let's grab and go.
Yeah, if you could put it in a little container, like a sack lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe dessert.
Dessert. It's pronounced dessert. Dessert. It's different than desert, right? It has two S's. Yeah. Dessert. Right. It's the sweet foods that you eat after the meal. Dessert. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Dessert.
Purona grabs
You
rice
may,
cakes
you
and
may,
fish for lunch. That sounds very
uh,
healthy.
and in Australia, we say grab a cuppa. Grab a cuppa. So when you
Cuppa.
say you would like to have cup of tea,
Uh-huh.
we call a, instead of saying grab a cup of tea, would you like to have a tea? We say grab a cuppa. That
Cup of
means
tea. Cup of tea.
no, we don't say tea. We don't say tea. We
Oh, you
say
just say
grab a cuppa.
cuppa. Just a cuppa.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
We say couple. That means two. A couple. I'll have a couple
Cuppa,
of
cuppa,
those.
not couple.
That's
I will say
interesting.
like this way.
Cuppa.
I will say, I will say to everyone, hello everyone, hello mobs, how are you doing? Grab a cuppa and enjoy the English lesson with the teacher Sky today.
Grab a cuppa. I love that. Now we know how to talk if we go to Australia. What about Dolomite?
Dolomite.
Dolomite, you know that one? True Blue?
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's
good?
kind of mouth freshener, something like that. Do you
Dolomite
mean that one?
sandwich?
No, back in our country, we got some mouth
Dynamite.
freshener, where we'll be like a chewing gum. So you'll be putting in your mouth and you'll be chewing it, or maybe driving the car, or just kind of mouth freshener or chewing for some time.
I
You'll
see.
not gallow up inside. You'll
Mhm.
just put in your mouth.
Oh, okay. Shams, could you read the last question for us?
I certainly could, and I certainly will. Why would someone grab a food rather than sit down to dine?
What do you think about that, guys?
'Cause
Yes,
you don't have
Prirona.
Yeah, I got an answer, but let's
I'm
let
from
Lynn attempt to answer.
America. And so is Shamsuddin. What do you think? Who wants to? Everyone wants to answer. Shams, you want to go first?
Yeah, if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time, then I can't sit down to eat. And I'm sorry to say, because being in a hurry is like a terrible place to be. When I was on the Indian reservation, they laughed at me because there's no word in Lakota, the Sioux Indian language, for the state of being in a hurry.
Wow.
They said we have lots of words about going fast or getting it done quickly, but never being in a hurry. So they were laughing at me because I was a white guy who was in a hurry.
Always in a rush. What about you, True Blue?
There will be so many reasons I will list out. So maybe for a professional, it is not possible for them to, wait or have a dine-in into the restaurant. Instead, they can go and sit at their workplace. They can work and parallelly they can eat as well. So that's one of the reasons. Second thing, the COVID.
Right.
So some restaurants still there are chances like we might get transmitted. It's not, but there's some possibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
So probably you wouldn't like to eat in a restaurant due to COVID. Maybe that restaurant is not that hygiene enough. Sometimes they don't have enough waiter. They didn't clean up the table where you're gonna have it, the meal.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of other factors that we can say, like people would like to take away the food rather than having dining there.
Marty, grab a meal from KFC because I love it. Oh my goodness, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I worked there when I was in high school. So Annie says, because in some restaurants of India, you need to have an S on the end of that. There's more than one, right, Annie? Because in some restaurants of India, you could probably say in India, it's a rule that one person will eat a full plate with no sharing.
Okay, teacher, I will explain it.
You bring
This one I got
food.
it.
Let me finish reading it. But you bring that food at home, then
Defensive practice.
same quantity food you can eat with 2 to 3 people. Okay, True Blue, what do you want to say about that?
Now, in India, like at some restaurant, it's kind of serving a complete meal. So you pay some amount of money, and then you can eat as much as you want to eat.
Yes, we have that.
So,
Buffet. Do you all know that one?
okay, it's called a Yeah, buffet, buffet.
You don't say the T, everyone. It's a French word, buffet.
Yeah,
Good,
buffet.
Zam.
So,
Hi,
so you got a
Zam.
buffet,
Mm-hmm.
buffet there, and there you cannot share your food with your
You
kid or
can't
other
share.
person.
Right.
Yeah, because they charge you very limited amount of money, and they give you a lot of opportunity to eat.
Right.
So this is what she mean too. But if you bring that meal to your home, probably gonna share with it because different person have a different capacity to eat. So yeah, she's right. But yeah, she
Okay. That's
is
good.
in a very yeah.
What about you, Flourish?
Yes, teacher. The reason why we need to grab rather than to sit down at the first place, it's more convenient if you eat in a such place at your own home or anything. And then the second is that sometimes you really grab food for your companion, for your kids, or for your not only you who will be the one eating it.
Right.
So and then the third is just like what he mentioned. It will be you will it be safer
Yeah.
because of this pandemic times, and really good to have it in such a place that you can really feel it while you don't waste time while doing something, or you just trying to have a ride and go doing your work. It will be reserved, the food that you've grabbed for you have been reserved for your lunch or for your dinner, or at any time you can just eat it, not at that moment only.
Right.
So seems
Grab
like
and
those are the
go.
reason I have.
Oh,
So
those are very good.
Yeah.
so you
I
can eat supplies. You can eat you eat your takeaway food in installment, right?
in
Yes, I may
portions.
eat it for lunch, and then
Portions.
a half of it will be for dinner.
There you go.
Yeah,
Save a
it's an
portion
installment
for
thing.
now and a portion for
Yeah.
later. I really love the way that Flourish answered
Okay.
that question. We were talking about a lot of things, and when I said, Flourish, would you answer the question? Now, if you're taking IELTS, and I saw someone asking, is anyone taking IELTS? They have the speaking portion, and you have to answer questions. And the way Flourish answered was perfect because we were all talking about other things, and she brought us back. And she told us the question in her answer. Did you catch that?
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
really good way. If you are answering questions for a test or essay, you use the question in the answer, or you can say the question again and then answer the question. That was very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Flourishing her English, speaking English every day with you, teacher.
Yes, that's true practice with you and Sir Sham and everyone. I'm learning in a day, every day.
Um,
We're all learning
Unfortunately,
together.
I don't have that much amulet to learn English every single day.
Oh,
I
you
try to,
have.
but
You try, and as long as you are trying, that's what's important.
Yeah, just
Uh,
trying.
Madhi and Shamsuddin are talking about lasers. Well, guys, I'm almost out of time. We can do one more. It's feed.
Mhm.
teacher, I would
Feed.
like to say
See.
bye now. I
You
really
gotta
need
go.
to sleep.
It's
Very
really
last
late
No,
for
just
day.
you.
one more topic.
You hung in there really good, True Blue. You did great today.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
understand about sleep. It's very important. Okay, so
Thanks everyone. Thanks
thank
everyone
you.
for your
Thank you,
support, and thanks
practice.
teacher for having me here.
You bet.
Love and peace, True Blue.
Yes, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, some Saudin, and
Good
thanks,
night.
Flourish. Keep
Yes.
flourishing
Good
your
night.
English speaking skill.
Yes,
Yeah.
as you have said.
Practice,
Thank you,
practice,
practice.
practice. We always learn a lot from you, True Blue. Thanks.
Practice every day.
That's right. Okay, so everyone say this word with me. Feed.
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 Okay, so Flourish, could you read the first question about feed?
Yes, teacher. What are some dishes that feed more than one person?
Oh, perfect.
Mhm.
Can you all think of any dishes that would feed more than one?
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Okay, that's a good one. We have a lot of
Yes.
one pot
Pizza.
meals. You
Cake.
fix it all in one pot.
Cake.
Pizza, soup. What do you think, Flourish? What feeds a
Yes,
lot?
just like pizza, cake. It's sometimes in pizza, Hawaiian pizza, any kind of pizza, and cake also. And sometimes when you order it in a restaurant, there is what we call a package combo. They say so combo, good
Combo.
for 3 to 4 persons, like that.
Ah, that's great. So you can feed the whole family if you get this combo and it gives you everything. Oh, that's good.
And then you
Noodles.
can have save a bit of money.
The mom
Yeah.
feeds her kids frequently. Yes. Okay. So, Flourish, would you read the second question?
Uh-huh. Why are dishes prepared to feed multiple people?
Annie had a really good question. To give food, we should feed needy and
We
poor
should feed needy
people.
and
Oh,
poor.
that's really good, Annie. So why do we need dishes that we can feed multiple people? Why?
Um,
Why?
I think I think you can save more if you if you try to prepare more food. Then the more people will be can take it, and then and you can save more time and more money if you try to cook dishes that will be good for multiple people rather than good for one person only. You cook a bit and then good for 1 to 1 only, so it will
Right.
be
Oh, good. That's
yeah.
good. Annie's got a good one. She says, in marriages or communal food party. So, yeah, you're having a big celebration and you want to feed multiple people. So you might be thinking of something that will go around all of these people. Madi, class is over when I hear the whistle. Perona says, I don't like to order food. I like to prepare food for my family. It's so much better then.
Yes.
Yeah, you put food, you put love in your food. I love that. So, Shams, would you read the third question for us?
I certainly will. Do you like to order food that feed the whole table?
Like when you go out to eat.
Yeah, I worked for a man who came here from South Vietnam, and then he started a computer store, and he would always take all of us who worked for him out to like a big family meal, and he would order these special things like a whole great big fish, that everybody can eat from. So yeah, that's a lot of fun.
You get to share, right?
Sharing always makes everything better than it would if you just did it by yourself.
Like a sacrament. It's very special. It's sacred. They call it breaking bread together. You get to know each other and you talk and you eat and you share stories, and it's so good. So yeah, what do you guys? Do you guys like to order foods that feed the whole table when you go out? You ever do that? There are different restaurants that will do that. They'll let you order like Olive Garden. You get this big salad and everybody gets a serving. It's kind of like being at home, I think. They make it feel like you're at home.
Well, look at the Sudan from Wafa. Bosch. One pot food.
Gosh.
Oh, one pot soups. Yep. We love the one pot. Spaghetti is a good one. Spaghetti, if you have a lot of kids, oh, they love spaghetti or noodles. Yeah, the kids love the noodles. They love it. Oh, this has been so much fun. I love the new courses. Do you like the curriculum? It's pretty, it's interesting, isn't it? They've spent a lot of time developing this curriculum and they're rapid prototyping it. They're developing it so that we can use it right when it's developed. It's fresh, it's new, and it's very in depth. I never have time to cover everything, but it's so fun. And what you will get is a workbook. You get an assignment and you will go by these assignments. There are many, many assignments when you take the courses, and I help to grade the assignments, and you take quizzes. And at the end, you take an artificial intelligence test that gives you a score. So you will know what your score is and how it aligns with some of the tests that you can take for speaking language. Oh, I see what you're talking about. In Sudan, we have a popular on-pot food called bouche. So we should look that up and see if we can get the recipe. It looks wonderful.
And we have
Okay. So anything else, guys? Anything else you want to ask or anything you want to add to our discussion? Wafa says it's believed to have more blessings than an individual plate. Oh, when you eat with everyone at the table. So did you have so poetry maybe, Shams?
I did, and I was just trying to find it because it's really short and to the point. And it was an old poem I wrote that I just rediscovered today. So it's
wow, must have been for a reason. If you just
it's fresh for me. It's more Rooney-like than most poems I write. It goes.
Mahdi says, "Teacher, we can't throw the rest of the food. We have to order less food." Yeah, you don't want to throw it away. Order less. That's true. Amen. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's have our poetry. Shamsuddin is our resident poet here on Hello.
Well, here's the actual journal where I found it.
Oh. The original writing, guys. Oh no! And then he gets knocked off. Flourish, you'll have to do the poetry. Let me see if I can find it.
If I can read it, I will be the one to read the poetry of Sir Shams.
Be great if you could. Shams, I'm going to have to go way back here where you were talking. Okay, let's see if I can get him back up here. Oh man, it always happens at the most inopportune times, doesn't it? You get knocked off.
I'm telling you, I get the best lessons. It's like I'm on an iPad, and you can't just turn your iPad around without accidentally bumping something that knocked me into somebody else's class. So anyway, here's the short poem that took a long time to get to.
Okay.
The storm rages on, but above, the pure sun shines light and love for all the sacred earth.
Beautiful. Wow. That's powerful. How long ago did you write that one?
Oh, it would have been at least more than a year ago.
Wow.
But
simple,
less than 2 years ago.
Profound. Yeah. Simple yet profound. Excellent.
I don't want to really do any advertising for anybody, but I will tell you that I wrote this on this special notebook called the Elfin Book. And I ordered it on the internet, and it's an erasable. If you use their pen, anything you write on there you can just wipe it off with a cloth. But it also comes with an interface to your cell phone so that it snaps pictures of the pages. That way you can keep them even if you erase them.
Wow.
So I'm just saying that's kind of a fun little tool.
That's a neat toy. Yeah. Or tool. We talk about resources. We're the ed tech heads, and you use these resources to help you learn English and to help you with your work. It's very handy.
Yeah, I was just thinking a person could use it to learn English by writing down sentences, and then if they filled up the book, they can just erase but they can save if it's important.
Have it for later. Excellent, excellent. Well, good job. Thank you for the poetry, and thank you all for joining. Thank you, True Blue, for coming up. And Flourish, do you have anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
That's all for now about food in a restaurant. Thank you so much, teacher. I'm learning with you.
So good. So tomorrow we'll have potluck at our TV show. Bring something. Okay. I made banana nut bread. You guys know banana nut bread? When the bananas start getting very, very ripe and soft, you make a bread. It's like cake. And this one has raisins and pecans in it. Yeah, it's banana nut bread.
I'll be over next
banana
week.
Bread.
Banana bread, right. And you can also make it with zucchinis. So zucchini bread is awesome too. All right, guys. Did I make you hungry? Now everybody's going to go get something to eat.
It's all about food and restaurant.
Thank you all. Thank you, Flourish. Thanks, Shams.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, we've got the TV show. We've got some good segments. Please come, okay? Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, Shams?
I'm just going to say, I'll be there, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes,
I
see
know
you
that
there,
one.
Sadar.
Sandeep. Oh, too late. You can watch the repeats. I always unlock them. Okay. I want you all to be able to watch my live streams. Okay. Thank you guys. Teacher Sky
Thank
signing off.
you.
Thank you for bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys. And thank you all. Thank you, YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay.